Hey guys, so today I'm going to teach you an intro to soloing in a worship setting. Now, my tone today has some overdrive, lots of delay, and lots of reverb, as always in everything in worship, because that's how we work. So I'm going to be playing in the key of D today, and before we get down and get started, I need to mention a couple things, just so you have an idea of what I'm going into, so I don't run through it too fast. Really the key to soloing in a worship setting is more is less. You can play notes multiple times, and that works. You can do some fast picking, like Elevation Worship does sometimes, and it sounds really good. And you can have more overdrive than I have, and it'll still sound good. I'm always worried that I have too much overdrive. I don't know why. I just am. But you don't want to be sweep picking. Definitely no sweep picking. You don't want to be doing any sort of crazy fast scales or anything like that. And really, you don't want too many low notes is kind of what I found. Usually higher is the way to go, just because with any sort of ambient thing, you already have a lot of low end, especially if you're using any sort of a pad thing, or if you have a bass player or anything like that. It's going to kind of cover that low note spectrum, so you need to be playing in a high note spectrum. Now, I just mentioned pads, and I'm actually going to be using some today. I got these from Worship Tutorials, and their website. I'll go ahead and put links to in the cards and in the description to both their YouTube channel, which is awesome, and their website, which is also awesome. On their website, they have these pads for free in the key of D, but you can buy them in every key and then multiple voicings for a couple of keys, just to kind of cover any basis you need. But for free, if you download them, you get the key of D in all three of their versions, along as a B minor. The three versions are just normal pads, which is what I will be using today. Atmospheric pads, which just have a little bit more of a dynamic feel to them. And then cinematic pads, which sounds more like what you'd find in the background of a movie. So they're really cool. You should definitely go check those out. If you're in music at all, at least download the free ones, if not buy them, just because they're awesome to practice to. And they're almost like a backing track, but you're not constrained by a time limit, really, because these things are 20 minutes long. So you're not constrained by a time limit, and you're not constrained by any sort of a tempo or key chord changes. So they're really cool to practice with, and they're cool to play with on stage too. We use them at my church some, and also you can use them if it's just you and an acoustic guitar. I'm looking at singing in some videos soon, where I just have the pads going and then playing acoustic, which is something that might be coming out soon. I gotta kind of work with it and figure it out, but that'll be cool. So anyways, let's go down on my guitar and check out how to play solos in a very basic worship setting. Alright, so here's my tone real quick. I have it pretty overdriven. I have some delay and reverb on there, as you can tell. Here are the pads. As you can tell, they swell in naturally, which is awesome. So, if you haven't seen my chord shapes video, you're going to want to go check that out. I'm going to be going off of that a lot. But I showed you this right here as a D. Let me turn my volume on. And the scale with that, I'm going to play through it a couple times so you can hear it. Just practice this scale. Just watch my hands. I'm not going to go through every note, but... playing with that. Now, I'm just going to be playing off of Amazing Grace, kind of. Now, the nice thing about worship, when you're improvising a solo, is that, obviously nothing's written, it's improvised. So, if you mess up, as long as you're in the key, it sounds okay. So, here you go. So I'm just going to stop now, but you can kind of tell that sounds like Amazing Grace, but isn't Amazing Grace. So it has a familiarity to it of a song that we know, but it gives it a unique feel because you're taking the melody line and making it kind of your own, which is one of the neat things about soloing this way. Now you can use this with any song and play any melody line and it'll work like this pretty much. Now, you can also, another thing that I like to do is and that's just taking on the G string, you're going to be playing the 7th fret, and then on the B string you'll play 10th, and then 8th, and then 7th. And that just sounds really cool. I like it a lot. You can also do it faster. So it sounds good to kind of any type, and that's just kind of a good thing to learn. I mean, really, once you have the scales down, just let your creativity run wild, and you'll come up with all sorts of awesome stuff. Just sit down with some pads. You can like I said, you can download these for free. Sit down with your pads and your awesome reverby, delayed, overdriven tone. Find the key that pads are in, and just play, play scales and come up with stuff. That's really just the best way to really make solos, is to be comfortable with the keys. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope that it helped you learn the basics of soloing in a worship setting. The key to this is just knowing your scales. Just make sure to practice those. Also, you can go down and click the subscribe button to see new videos like this every week, except the past 2 weeks, because the first week I was busy and the second week I toured a college on Friday, so I forgot to get a video out on Saturday. That was my fault. But now things are going to be more regular. Also, go down in the comments below and tell me anything that you want to learn in the world of worship, especially with guitar, because that's what I play. But I love knowing what you guys want to learn, because then I know that this video is actually helping someone. So go down in the comments below and tell me what you want to learn. Other than that, I will see you guys next week, and may His will be done. Bye, guys.